Hello, good afternoon to one and all. Like you, we are very much ready to go here and looking forward to a game that has been the topic for universal conversation in this part of the world for much of the last few days. It's dry at the moment, but the forecasters have warned us of impending rain. There's no certainty about that, but when it does come, it shouldn't affect the dynamics of a match which has so much riding on it. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. He's gone for it! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain!
What a great finish, but how about the touch? It just allowed him to put the ball exactly where he wanted it, and the rest became a formality.
Milan trail at this early stage. How will they respond? Modric. Jimenez. Floats one over. Timely intervention. Hakimi. Who's ball? Who's going to get that? Rafael Leao, and the shot! He's scored! They have come roaring back! Well, from right in front of goal, there was no way he was going to miss.
That's just a great finish, but it's down to very clever movement. You can see this has been obviously worked on the training ground. He knew exactly where he wanted the ball, and it all came good.
Fofana has got himself a free kick. Fabian Ruiz gets his foot in there. Rafael Leao. That's a throw. Paris Saint-Germain have made this tremendous start, Jim. What's the reason for it?
Well, I think team spirit. I think it's something that often gets overlooked, but this team has it in abundance. There's an unselfishness about them. They work for each other, and then some.
Rafael Leao. Kvaratskhelia. Forward it goes. Estupinian. Lovely feet. Good running with the ball. Can they build on it? Estupinian. Estupinian plays it forward. Oh, good interception. Lee Kang-in. Nicely measured pass. Kvaratskhelia. Pavlovic sticks in a foot to win it back. It's got through to him. Shoots! Oh, extraordinary.
Oh, I'm not sure what he had in mind, and I don't think he knew either.
Hoists it forward. Tries to get it forward quickly. Gonzalo Ramos. Lee Kang-in. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Gets up to head it! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Kvaratskhelia really showed that he wanted it more than anyone else, but maybe heading requires extra practice.
Fofana. Pulisic. Referee's given a throw. Gets away from his opponents. Just brushed off the ball there. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. Gabia. And it's played forward. Has gone out. Pavlovic. Lee Kang in. Gets it upfield. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So, a very watchable game so far. Action at both ends and the team's level. So they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. And the game has already resumed here. Oh, good ball. Oh, that is lovely footwork. Rafael Leao. Real chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, as test goalkeeper, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Goes to finish! There it is!
Well, that's what the top players do. The ability to seize the initiative at crucial times in the game. And now this second half has a completely different outlook.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Tomori. Up to meet it! Fabian Ruiz. Zaire Emery. Kvaratskhelia. Milan coming into this game on the back of a really good result. And their boss must take an awful lot of credit for that.
I think, Peter, we have to give credit where it's due. He had a problem up top and he tweaked the system to sort it out. And what I like is that he doesn't hold back. He's got that who dares wins mentality.
Hits one! He has done it!
You know, we may be looking at another classic here, and I'm not going to guess what's going to happen next, but that is great togetherness and resolve. Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front. They really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
So all square and not for the first time.
Oh, I think the coach will really be annoyed with that. The players were still thinking about their goal and just got caught napping.
Pulisic. Modric. Modric gets it out to the wing. Hoists it forward. Kvaratskhelia is effectively being marked out of the game here.
Yeah, and they finally reacted, but they could have been more switched on before he scored.
Lee Kang in. Nuno Mendes. Gonzalo Ramos! Straight at the keeper.
Gonzalo Ramos just didn't steer it away from the goalkeeper. He hit it right at him.
Rabiot drives it forward. And the shot! And he's there to make a great save.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Tomori decides to play it back. Estupinian. Rafael Leao. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? That's a foul, no two ways about it. Rabiot gets his final warning.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Marquinhos gets it back. Nuno Mendes. Ramos with a definite foul there. Tomori. Rafael Leao loses his balance and loses the ball. Hakimi. Lee Kang-in, who does have an assist to his name. Mendes goes for the cross. It's come loose. Neves.
Paris Saint-Germain showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Ball swung in. Estupinian. Out for a throw. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
And it's Rabiot. Pulisic. Has a goal!
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
They are right into last chance territory. Oh, well defended, that had to be done. Defence has got rid of that. And time is up. Well, a game that had everything except a winner. Really watchable and honours even. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety.
Well, we have the most perfect day for you. A warm hello in every sense of the word. The sun is out and football has a special place on this most idyllic of days. A fixture ahead of us to which we've all been looking forward for so very, very long, and it means so very, very much. The scene could not be more beautiful. The pitch looks terrific. The players are ready to get started, and we cannot wait for the contest that lies ahead. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture perfect for a game of this nature. And already we're underway here. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see, and that applies.
Up to meet it! Oh, not the best of headers.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground, swallow me up.
Marquinhos tries to get it forward quickly. Fabian Ruiz. De Bruyne. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Fabian Ruiz just wouldn't be beaten there. Ramani positions himself well and cuts it out. McTominay. Napoli coming into this game on the back of a really good result, and their boss must take an awful lot of credit for that.
Well, Peter, he was lauded by the media, and quite rightly too. I think what he did was clever and decisive, and it just goes to show how tactically astute he is.
Kvaratskhelia gets on the end of it. Politano, nicely measured pass. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Nuno Mendes hoists it forward. Kvaratskhelia, chance! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
Paris Saint-Germain take the lead.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
Politano. Doué. De Bruyne gets it back. Nuno Mendes. Well positioned to make that interception. Lorenzo goes looking. Brought forward. What does he try from here? Fabian Ruiz. Vitinha. He's in, surely! Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Højlund with good energy in defence as well.
Well, they say that your front...
Politano gets through on his own, and it's played forward. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Hakimi. Neves, good challenge, he just stood firm. Now it's Politano. Marquinhos does well there, alert. Forward it goes. Neves. Paris Saint-Germain are looking odds-on to go in at the break with their advantage intact. Hakimi.
Yeah, that's top defending in preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Sambo Anguissa. Ramani. Across the field it goes. Spinazzola. And we hit half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, you obviously have to give credit to the front men for the half-time lead, but I think the midfield can really pat themselves on the back too. They worked tirelessly for me.
Paris Saint-Germain leading 1-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Paris Saint-Germain going well here, and they're in a good position to kick on and add to their lead. They don't have to overcommit, but they can place more emphasis on stretching their advantage without necessarily neglecting things defensively.
Kvaratskhelia. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Big chance! It's out for a goal kick. Paris Saint-Germain settled for a point from that gripping game last time out. Well weighted. Now can he fit? Real chance! Sticks it away! A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe. What about that, Jim Beglin?
Well, it's pretty damning on the part of that defence, Peter, that he was allowed so much time and space. But I think you have to give credit where it's due, and it was a brilliant setup and finish.
Paris Saint-Germain take a two-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
That second goal has such a polarising effect on prospective moods. I mean, one team are under more pressure now to get the next goal, and the other will fancy their chances of turning 2 into 3.
Kvaratskhelia. Di Lorenzo. Ramani.
It's always a good time to register and lay down an early marker in the second half. They clearly had exactly that in mind and have gone about their business with absolutely the right commitment.
Strong challenge, but well within the laws. Looks to dink one in. That's put paid to a promising move. Marquinhos.
Yeah, I think the word from the touchline, Peter, is that defence needs to focus on runners and balls over the top.
Yeah, it's a clear change in approach, isn't it?
Yeah, and if they drop off, there has to be a strong level of industry from other departments in front.
Lukaku was a starter in the last game. And it's Lukaku. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now. Some clever movement up front.
Yeah, I can see how the movement of those players, Peter, can cause some real problems for this defence.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Jim, actually.
Yeah, it's all about the changing of roles, dropping deeper into midfield, and all designed to confuse defenders.
Sambo Anguissa has a pop! And that's been levered clear. Lukaku gets it out to the wing. Whipped in. Up for the header! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
Paris Saint-Germain are making a change now. Hoists it forward. Neves. Battles to win it back. Forward it goes. Hakimi. Sando Anguissa. De Bruyne. Di Lorenzo. And it's played forward. Kvaratskhelia. That is terrific skill. Paris Saint-Germain still 2-0 up and looking now to see it through. It's a great ball. He's gone for it! Managed to get it away. Lukaku. McTominay plays it out to the flank. Looking to break out here. Lukaku goes looking, and the flag has stayed down. Lee Kang-in. Hernandez. Tries to get it forward quickly. McTominay. De Bruyne. Sando Anguissa. No question, that's a foul. Just the talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Paris Saint-Germain can make their change now with a break in play.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Barcola. Has he picked him out? And they're not going to make any further progress now. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Lee Kang-in. McTominay. Sando Anguissa. And time is up. Solid, if not especially fancy, always in control. They did enough to win it. And after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Paris Saint-Germain